Have you ever seen something that just defies what you think is humanly possible? Well, today, we're going to dive into a performance art that looks for all the world like an actual superpower. So let me ask you a question and be honest. Do you really think it's possible for one person to do, say, 12 complex brain-twisting tasks all at the same time? And I don't mean chewing gum and walking. I'm talking about things like this. Now, this isn't some made-up thought experiment. This is a real account from 1886. An American officer saw a single performer play chess blindfolded, compose complex poetry on the spot, multiply huge numbers in his head, and keep track of a bell ringing totally at random all at once. No notes, no help, nothing. It just sounds impossible. Well, this incredible, mind-bending display of mental mastery, it actually has a name. It's called Avadhanam. So what is this? What is this seemingly superhuman mental feat? Let's break it down. At its core, Avadhanam is an ancient art from India that's all about memory and intense multitasking. The performer, who is known as an Avadani, uses absolutely no external aids. Their only tool is their own mind. That's it. Okay, but that still sounds impossible, right? How on earth does it actually work? To get it, we kind of have to deconstruct this incredible mind dance. So the most common form, the one people really cherish, is called Avadhanam. Ashta actually means 8, so you have one performer, the Avadani, facing 8 different scholars, or prichikas, and each one is ready with their own unique intellectual challenge. So one of the classic challenges is the samasya, which is kind of like a poetic puzzle on steroids. The Avadani gets one single line of poetry, and it often sounds totally bizarre and nonsensical. Over the course of the whole performance, while doing everything else, they have to compose the other 3 lines to create a complete, beautiful poem that makes perfect sense. It's just incredible creativity under fire. And, as if that wasn't hard enough, get this. There is a person whose only job is to distract the performer. The Aprastuta Prasanga's whole goal is to break the Avadani's focus with random questions, jokes, and interruptions. And the performer has to handle all of it with wit and humor, all while keeping those other 7 tasks running in their head. It's the ultimate test of pure focus. But, believe it or not, it's not just about poetry and dodging distractions. This art form gets even more diverse. I mean, just look at the range here. On one hand, you have forms like Kavatavavadan, all about literary and poetic genius. But then, on the other hand, you have Ganitavadhanam, which is pure mathematics, and even Tala Avidana, centered on incredibly complex musical rhythms. It really just goes to show how versatile a trained mind can be. And some of these forms they're just completely mind-boggling. Take Neutravadhanam, where a performer deciphers complex sentences that are communicated to them only through someone else's subtle eye movements. It's like a symphony of nonverbal communication. Or think about Ganitavadhanam, the mathematical marvel. We've seen prodigies, kids like 9-year-old Nishchal, just captivate audiences by solving a bunch of complex math problems from multiple people at once, almost effortlessly. It just proves this art goes way beyond language or any one subject. So, we've seen what it is, but the big question remains, how? How is any of this humanly possible? What's the secret ingredient here? You know, the best way to wrap your head around it is to think of an Avadhani's mind like a really high-speed computer. It's like their mental operating system has been trained to consciously run multiple complex programs, a poetry app, a calculator app, a memory game, all at the same time without a single one crashing. And this isn't some unobtainable magic. The philosopher Sri Aurobindo called it multiple concentration. He argued that, hey, just as we can learn to focus on one thing, we can absolutely train our minds to focus on many. It's a skill, not a superpower. It's something that can be developed through steady, dedicated practice. So this is all incredibly cool, but what's the takeaway for us today in our world? Why does any of this matter right now? Well, think about it. We live in an age of constant digital distraction, right? Our attention is always being pulled in a million different directions. Avadhanam stands out as this powerful, shining example of the untapped potential of a focused human mind. It's a reminder of what our brains are really, truly capable of when we train them. And that really brings us to the most important question, doesn't it? In a world that seems perfectly designed to fracture our attention, what can we learn from an art that represents the absolute ultimate mastery of focus? I'll just leave you with this insight from the mother of the Sri Aurobindo ashram. She said that whatever you may want to do in life, one thing is absolutely indispensable, and that's the capacity of concentrating the attention. Avadhanam isn't just a performance. It's a powerful reminder of the incredible potential that's already locked inside our own minds, just waiting to be focused. Thanks for exploring this with me.